J-Man here, guys. Let's talk about Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow, number 4. This is basically my favorite comic right now, for at least in DC, and probably my favorite comic. Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow. I'm really digging this series. I'm not even a big Superboy fan. Wow, that's a lot. I'm a massive, massive Superboy fan of Clark Kent. Connor or Connell or whatever, and he came from the 90s, which is fine. I've got his first appearance. Everyone has his first appearance. I never got into him until this comic. I'm loving the Superboy series so far. They've gotten at least 9 or 10 out of 10 on every issue. We're going to break this down using my space system: story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. We're going to give a score out of 10. This one's going to be really easy to do. I'm going to give the storyline a 2 out of 2. I love it. Superboy wants to help people. Check. He goes out into space to find his own path and to help out people. He finds this band of Cosmeteers. They've been experimented on. They've been messed with. One of them's a Daxamite, Trav. They've been treated like crap. The Dominators, there's this Dominator X guy who makes all these evil creatures, and Superboy has to team up with these guys and fight them all. Last issue, big stinger, Trav killed some people. Superboy doesn't like killing, and he keeps trying to tell them, listen, there's a better way to do these things. I love Superboy's character for that. And they kind of turn on him in this one. So I loved it. Story is 2 out of 2. I love where this is going. Pacing, 2 out of 2. Super fast paced. There's action. I love this cover too. It's really funny. And we're looking at this digital. I buy all of these in physical form. I just have not gotten to the shop to get this yet in physical form, but I definitely support comic shops and get it in physical form. I love when you start off with a fight, and I don't care what the last issue was. It's like, but this guy here, this Infinity guy comes and they're just beating the crap out of him, but they can't. And he's just kicking the shit out of these guys. And now Trav, the other guy's a Daxamite and Superboy, so they're just getting beat up. And then the Daxamite guy, like, he can bring other clones in and stuff. He brings other guys in, and Superboy's like, whoa, we can't do this. And he's like, look, screw you, Superboy. We gotta do what we gotta do, and we gotta kill who we gotta kill to get this shit done. We're rebels. And Superboy's like, I'm not gonna stand for that. And there's great arguing between them. I always love when Superman or Superboy or whatever stands up for the moral right. I love it. It's great. Yeah, I mean, it's just awesome. And the art, I'm giving the art 2 out of 2. I love the art in this. It's very colorful. Superboy looks great. It is panely, but it works for me in this comic. And he even says this S, this stands for hope and all that. I like it. I think it's very dynamic. It looks very fun to me. Oh, look at that. There's a clone of Connell. How cool is that? Before I get to the characters, I want to do a massive shout out to my Patreons. Dan, who was the first to sign up, man, I appreciate it, buddy. You're awesome. Of course, Sean, everybody knows who Sean is. So thanks so much, buddy, for supporting me. You didn't have to, so I appreciate that a lot. And then Joe signed up as well, and Mark signed up as well, guys. I can't believe it. I'm like so stunned that I got anybody. I thought I'd have 0 people. Like, literally, my wife's like, you're gonna have 0 people. This is a waste of time. But I really appreciate it. Just the support. It's really great to have some support out there after the whole thing with YouTube. I'm not going to get into it, so it's great to have you guys as support. Okay, so for the characters, I'm giving it a 2 out of 2, and an enjoyment, I'm giving it a 2 out of 2. I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. I love this issue. I love this series. This Green Lantern guy shows up to help Superboy out. Something happens. You're like, oh shit, right? Man, it's awesome. When you read a comic and then you get excited about something, you're like, oh shit, and then you want to talk to people about it. That's what I want. Look, is this really 10 out of 10? Like, is it literally 10 out of 10? Like, no. It's not Watchmen or something, right? But I'm not talking about that. I'm not comparing it to that. I'm comparing it to, you pay your money, your $4 or $5, whatever. You want something exciting for your $4 or $5. You're buying Superboy, right? This isn't, like some comic about running a corporation or something. Like, it's action, okay? That's what I want. And you don't get that, right? Marvel's pretty awful, right? DC, there's maybe a handful that are like not bad, that are decent, right? Mostly you got to turn to the Spawn comics, right? Or, I'm reading that Astrobots. What else is the Death Dealers and Dawn Attack? Like, you got to return to these guys because they're still doing fun comics. this one is awesome. So I definitely want to support this. I actually bought a couple of extra copies of issue 1 and gave it to a couple people at my work to try to get them in on Superboy. But I thought this was an awesome comic. It was just great. So yeah, that's it. Let me know what you thought of Superboy, Man of Tomorrow #4. If you read it, if not, check it out. It's available. You can find it digitally. You can, if you don't want to go to the comic shop, that's cool. But all right, guys, until next time.